第4课汉字. In the Ni Hao textbook, Lesson 4 is about asking ages and who are you. Today we're going to talk about Lesson 4's characters. While you watch this video, you should complete the character tracing that was handed out in class. You need to start where the small 4 is, so don't trace any of the numbers. Trace these characters. Where the P is, you'll put the pinyin. Where the M is, you'll put the English meaning. And then please trace 10 copies of each character. When I introduce new radicals, please make a note of them on the side here. The first radical you need to know for this unit is evening, 夕. It's used in the word for Christmas Eve, 圣诞夕, or New Year's Eve, 除夕. It's a stylized image of the moon radical. Here, one of my students has illustrated it as the sunset. The other radical you need to know for this lesson is the small bird radical, Zhui. Zhui. It has the person radical, a dot, and this shape here that looks like a king, but with 4 rungs instead of 3. The Zhui radical, initially 3,000 years ago, looked like a bird. And you can see as it evolved, it looked less and less like a bird until we get what we have today. All right, let's look at the characters for this lesson. We'll start with the word shui, who. What are the radicals in shui? We have the speech radical and the small bird radical. Why does shui have these radicals? It has the speech radical because shui is a question, and questions only exist in speech. It has the small bird radical, zhui, because that rhymes with shui. Here my student has illustrated it as a small bird asking who, because owls say who. The next character you need to know is ta, the she, ta. You can see the character for he and she are very similar, except he has a person radical and she has the female radical. Here my student has illustrated it as a woman walking her dog. The next character you need to know for this unit is lao shi, teacher. Lao in teacher means old. I think it looks like a man in a wheelchair. Here's how you write it. You draw the dirt radical, and then a samurai swoosh, and then the wheelchair. Again, the dirt radical, the swoosh, and then this, an ancient spoon radical. In lao shi, there are 2 syllables, and so there are 2 characters. The second syllable, shi, looks like a graduation hat called a mortarboard. It has a head, a hat, and tassels. Shi means master, like shifu, the 2-syllable word for master, which is what the name of the character in Kung Fu Panda is, Master Shifu, master. Here is a student illustration of the character for teacher. The next character you should know is ji, how many, like in the phrase ni ji sui, how old are you? I think it looks like a cash register with an open drawer. My student illustrated it as an inchworm, counting out how many inches. Sui, for years old, is a combination of 2 radicals. Xi, the evening radical, and shan, the mountain radical. How can mountain represent old? How are mountains related to age? How are evenings related to age? Share your answers in class, next class. The last character you need to trace is liang, which means 2. I think it looks like 2 men being hanged.